koutou katoa, nau mai hara mai ki te ao Hākinakina, your sports show right here on your Tribal Pulse. Te Korimako o Taranaki, 94.8 FM and 98.4 FM. Well, he is a proud sportsman whose journey has taken him through boxing, representative rugby league, touch, coaching, acting, and most recently, bare knuckle boxing from his roots in Whanganui and the Whanganui Boxon Club in Castlecliff, to representing Te Ātiawa and competing on the big stages around the country. He has built an impressive story through sport, hard work, and commitment and community. No mai hara mai Haze Reweti. Kia ora, brother.
Kia ora, brother.
Hey, good to have you on the show. I've seen you online recently. I thought, I've got to reach out to the cousin and get him on the show, bro. Calling in all the way from Bathurst. But hey, before we get started, ko wai koe, no he koe, just a little bit about yourself and where you're from.
Ko Haze Reweti toku ingoa. Ko Lisa Roa, ko Steve, oku mātua. Ko Ngāti Pro te iwi. Te Ātiawa nui a Pāparangi. Te iwi, Roa ko Ngāti Whātua. I was born and raised in Whanganui. And moved here to Bathurst in New South Wales about 6 years ago now. So just living here with my little family and just living life.
Awesome, bro. Now, hey, tell us a little bit about the beginning. You as a young fella, your upbringing, where you grew up, and stuff like that, and what sports you got into as a young one.
I grew up in a place called Castlecliff, Whanganui, and we grew up. We had a pretty solid, staunch upbringing with the old boy. He's pretty full on with us boys. So we grew up boxing. I started boxing when I was about 8, and you can't compete till you're 10. And I think I turned 10 on a Wednesday and fought that Saturday. So it's been pretty full on there. He was full on, the old boy. So we did that, and then I think I finished up fighting when I was about 14, and because all my mates were playing rugby league. So box on actually started because me and my brothers wanted to box. So Dad started box on as a boxing gym. And then when my oldest brother Ty started playing rugby league, me and my younger brothers wanted to do that. So he started the box on rugby league. And then, that's how all the box on stuff happened. So, bro. And then that was pretty much it. I started playing footy up until last year. I retired. Yep. And then there was just a little hole in I felt within me that I needed to fulfill. And I've been saying for years I want to get back and box, but it didn't really get me off the couch, And as soon as I seen there was bare knuckle boxing come to Australia, I retired from rugby league because my body wouldn't let me play anymore. Now I'm doing bare knuckle boxing. So that's where I'm at.
Bro, and we're going to talk about the bare knuckle boxing soon. But so obviously you started boxing when you were young. You got into rugby league. Was there any other sporting codes that as a young fella you also kind of dabbled in as well?
Yeah, well, I always played touch because all the boys did. I was never really too good at touch. I was just a bit of a number, and I played a lot of rugby union growing up because Whanganui didn't have much junior league going. So when I first started playing rugby league, my old man had to drive me and Mum had to drive me to Wellington, and I played for Petone Panthers. So every weekend we'd shoot down there, and Dad would take a busload of under 18s boys, but I was only like 13 going to play for Petone, and then Dad would drive down every week and would stay down there in the marae and play the next day and come home. So it was pretty we had to do a lot of travelling to play the sports we wanted. So I kind of... Another reason why I wanted to do all the boxing now that I'm older is just to give back to my old, so that they didn't drive me around for nothing back when I was a kid. And now, so.
Wow, your last performance definitely showed that. That's for sure. Now you spoke of the Whanganui Boxon Club and how Dad helped set that boxing club up, but it was so much more than that. It was a really a place for community, the community of Castlecliff. What did the club and what did boxing kind of teach you as a young man that still stays with you today?
Just that, this is probably one of the first times I've done something for myself with sports. Like I've always, even with footy and that, when I come home and I hung around with you and the boys and that, I was always coaching and stuff when I was injured. to just give back to what I learned here, and it's kind of what my parents have always been like.
Yeah.
So I've kind of just been like, I come to Aussie when I was young, and then when I come home, I think I was 17 coaching a Māori's under-16s team. And then when I was 18, I was coaching my parents' first grade box-on team because I was done my ACL and that. So I've always kind of did that. So that's what it's kind of taught me, just being around and just giving back and stuff like that, and just box on for the community in Whanga's, like, because it's pretty. Castlecliff was pretty bad gang-wise and stuff, so it was just good for kids to come learn how to protect themselves and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what it done for me, bro. And now that I still can, I'm trying to, don't know, make a name on the big stage just to give back and show the community, like, this is, we've all done it, you know what I mean? We've all been in that box-on gym and anyone can do it kind of thing, bro.
Love it. That's really awesome. And not only in the boxing ring, but on the league field too. Whanganui Boxon, really, really awesome. I remember those years playing in the Taranaki comp and how awesome the team went back then. Now, speaking of that, you've represented teams and and communities at the highest level in rugby league. What are some of your kind of proudest moments from your representative kind of playing days?
Probably just playing in front of my family, to be honest, bro. Won a comp in front of my old man and my mum, playing for their club was probably one of my favourite memories footy-wise, because the year before, we spent the whole year standing under the post watching a bloke kick a goal, bro, getting pumped. And then the following year, we had the same team, but we just worked harder, and it was just cool for my parents to kind of, just to do that in front of my parents and the community and that. And probably, to be honest, bro, I always talk about when we won that grand final with Te Ātiawa, bro, when we were down, well, I think it was like 28-0 at half-time or something like that. We come back and I always brag to that about the boys over here too. So that's another mad memory, bro. I always hold here.
Yeah, can't forget that weekend. What a weekend that was. Now, speaking of that, obviously you represented Te Ātiawa, but have your whakapapa links over to Ngāti Porou and Ngāti Whātua and the likes. How important is your culture, to you through your sporting journey?
Culture, bro, it was huge. Even on the weekend, like, people were saying to me, "Are you nervous, bro?" And under the big lights and that, bro. And I said to them, I actually said, bro, of thousands and that, like, it's always kind of helped me, the acting and all that. So I wasn't really nervous. So yeah, culture has a lot to do with that too, bro. Just
awesome. Nah, definitely. Well, whānau, make sure to stay tuned. We're going to go to a quick break and be back shortly to speak more with Haze. Kia ora koutou whānau, welcome back to Te Ao Hākinakina. We're having an awesome kōrero here with Haze Reweti, calling in all the way from Bathurst. Now, looking back, thus far on your sporting career, obviously you've stepped into a new realm recently with bare knuckle. But looking back on what you've done so far, what do you consider to be your biggest achievement or your biggest accomplishment, either in sport or in life?
Probably the year I coached, bro. The year we joined that Taranaki comp. We fell short in the final, but it was just, I was only young, coaching all my older cousins and that, bro, and it was just like a giving back moment kind of thing. When they were all like my first cousins and that were all playing, and they kind of respected me enough to take them on that year. And it was just, not that I know much about footy, but what I did know, they took on and we went good with it. So that was probably one of my favourite things sports-wise. And then obviously on the weekend, what happened with the bare knuckle, that'll be up there too, brother.
Hard out. No, definitely. I remember that final too. What a great final with the box on, and I think it was a Dragons meme final, man. That'll go down in the history books for real. Now, who have been some of your role models or mentors or people you've looked up to throughout your life?
My parents, bro, for sure. Just to see what they do. They're just real selfless people, bro, to be honest, and they've always just tried to help. They do more for others than they do for themselves, bro. And that's something that I always love about my parents. And then I see that a lot of my older brothers now, bro, now that I live in Australia, because not mischief, but I don't listen to much people, to be honest, bro. But when it comes to my older brothers and my parents and my older siblings, bro, I really look up to them, bro, and the things that they do and how they're whānau orientated, bro. And it's just, I think, I'm a reflection of that.
Love that. Whānau first all the time. Now, many people will obviously know you from your role as Dallas and Taika Waititi's film Boy. Like, how did that opportunity come about, and what was that experience like, for a young kid from Whanganui?
Yeah, well, that'll come through my old man too, bro, that opportunity. So my old man was he still does to this day, bro, works on movies doing transport. So he drives all the set and all the cameras around, and he does all the security. And one day I was on set, and they kind of liked my look with the long hair and all that. And then I signed up with an agent, and then a few adverts come around, and I got onto the adverts, and then I did a short film. I was only about 8 years old, bro. I did a short film, and Taika Waititi come on set, and he liked my look, and he said, I might chuck you on one of my movies coming up, bro. And I was 8 years old, and I still remember saying, yeah, bro, just call me.
Let's go.
Didn't even have a phone. Didn't have a phone till I was like 18. But yeah, it was just, and we laughed about that for years, me and Taika. But yeah, so that's what it all come about, bro. Yeah.
Wicked. What an experience. Now, what are you involved in these days? Obviously, we're going to talk about the bare knuckle soon, but what keeps you motivated kind of, in life now in your later years?
Just being a father, bro. That's probably one thing that motivates me. I'm still in and around the football, bro. I go down and support my club that I've always played for and that, and try and, not that they need my help, but I try and help where I can and stuff like that. And yeah, just trying to do things out of that other people won't in front of my daughter. So when she's older, I got a bit of a leg to stand on when I tell her what she needs to be doing, or So yeah, just that's my motivation, bro. Just my little family, and yeah.
Awesome. Now, you recently stepped into the world of bare knuckle boxing and picked up a really awesome win. What was it that attracted you to the challenge, and what's next for you in that space?
I've always put myself out there, bro, and just had a crack. Just whether I went good or not, I've just always had a dig, bro. And I've been back boxing for most part of this year, bro. And I had the opportunity come up to step in the ring, bro, and I just took it on, and I just said, yeah, let's go. And as you know, what happened on the weekend happened, and now hopefully there were talks of South Africa at the end of the year, but I don't know if I want to be going over there messing with them fellas, brother. and then December, hopefully, I've got amateur boxing coming up in November, which I'll be fighting in. Then hopefully bare knuckle in December, but I'll just have to see what my coach says, brother. Whatever my coach says, I'll just follow through with it.
Awesome. And have you got some aspirations in that space that you want to kind of really pursue in that sport?
Well, when I was younger, I had a lot of opportunities with rugby league, but I kind of let them slip just by, I don't know, just being laxy-daisy and probably a bit too much of the party, to be honest. And now that I've got an opportunity with this, I'm just going to ride it, cuz, and see how far I can go and try and go all the way with it. So hopefully, just keep training hard and just stick at it, see what happens.
Awesome. Well, hey, it's been awesome having you on the show. It's awesome to see you step in that ring and represent, your whānau and your rohe with pride. Just know that everyone back here in Taranaki or Whanganui are all cheering you on, bro, as you keep forging forward in your career, bro. It's really great to catch up with you again, and I hopefully see you in the TA jersey sometime soon before you hang up the boots fully.
One more go, brother.
Awesome. Thanks for coming on the show.
All good, brother. Thanks for having me, bro. Good to see you.
You too, man.